Hey guys, can you just confirm in the chat section if you are live? Just confirm me once and then we can begin. All right, cool. So, hey everyone, welcome to yet another live stream. Damn it, I'm opening the wrong tabs. So, welcome to yet another live stream. We will be solving more data structure and algorithm problems from LeetCode today. Um, as again, all the problems that we will be solving, they will be pasted to our Discord. So you can join that. The link to that has been uh, pinned down in the comment section. And again, thanks to Educative for sponsoring this video. So this video is being sponsored by 𝗣𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗪, which is a collection of well-written crafted courses for software developers. As you can see, they have a bunch of courses and they're not video-based, but they are written-based and they are properly structured. And I really like this website. And thanks again for Educative for sponsoring this. One good thing about, so if you take up example of some course of, let's say, data structures, which is based on the C++ coding interview, you can see that you can get access to not just one course, but all courses by using Educative Unlimited. And if you will go to educative.io/structure, that gets you additional discount. They already have 40% discount running for India. And one good thing is they have everything in the browser. In the left side, you can see that for arrays, they have a bunch of problems in which they explain how it works. But not only that, they have everything in the browser. You don't have to switch tabs, go to some other editor. You can write code over here in multiple languages and run it and see if your test cases are passing or not. So really, great job on building the great website. And if you're interested in checking it out, you can go to educated.io/structure to enjoy the discount. All right, so with this out of the picture, let's solve few problems. So last time, I think we have done trees and dynamic programming problems in the last two streams. So trees is done, DP is done. I think we were solving medium level problems. Um, I'm hoping to continue more trees problem today. Probably go to a bit more medium problems. Let me know if this makes sense, and I'll quickly open a poll in the chat section so that you guys can also participate in that. Let me pop this out. All right, create a poll. Which topic do you want for today? Trees, DP, or probably do you want graphs, or do you want, let's say, strings? So let me know what. So participate in the chat, guys, and after a minute or two, we can proceed with solving problems. If DP wins today as well, then this will be really disturbing, I believe. Like a lot of people are worried over DP, I think. Also, guys, a lot of viewers are online and they are in the stream. Make sure that you hit the like button as well before we move any further. While we are waiting for the poll, make sure that you also hit the like button. Kinnaru Vijay, hi. I have said your name. Do not write in the chat. You can participate in the poll, guys. I think we should do trees because we hadn't finished it yet, and we have not done much tree level problems. But let's see what You guys decide. All right. So we have around 130 votes. DP is again the winner. We have a tie on graphs and strings. Um, okay, we have a tie on trees, graphs, and strings. What a uniform distribution we have. All right. Okay, so strings is coming further, I think. No one want trees. All right, guys. If you want DP, that's fine. So let's do DP and then move to strings, I think. It's really uniform. It's very difficult to decide in such a fashion. All right, DP it is. Then we can move forward with strings. All right, cool. Let me now end the poll, or let it be like this. If you guys still want to add your votes, you can. Meanwhile, I'll solve few DP problems just to keep the wheels moving. So I think in tags, dynamic programming, and let's solve medium. All right. So unique path sums. Oh, I think in unique paths we did not solve it using the mathematical formula. That we can do actually. So right now we are using DP to this, but since in the unique paths there were no obstacles and it's just counting the number of ways we have from this point to the end point, we have to just count the number of unique ways. We can just move top, like we can just move bottom and right. I think we can come up with a mathematical formula. So we'll do that. But let's move forward with some other problem right now. Minimum path sum. That sounds like something I think like a tree problem. So probably we can do it. So the problem is we have a grid. It is having non-negative integers, and we have to find a path from top left to bottom right, and it has to minimize the sum of all the numbers along its path. So in this case, if you will go 1, 1, 4, 2, 1, that's one case, or 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, which is the smallest one. They have highlighted it in orange color. So we have to return the sum of the minimum path, which is straightforward dynamic programming. The dynamic programming over here is we have a recursive function that takes in two parameters, which denote the current location that we are at, and the return value of that function would be from the current location, tell me the minimum path sum until I reach the end. So initially the answer will be when I call that recursive function with 0 comma 0, which puts me in this particular location. I hope you can see my mouse on the top left. It puts me over here, and then that function will give me the minimum path sum. And how do I use it recursively? Well, it's fine. It's quite straightforward. I have two options. I can either go right or I can go left. And if I know the minimum path sum from these two cells, I can very easily figure out which is the one that I want to go to. All right. So whichever minimizes me, I will pick that particular choice. For example, in this case, the answer for 3 will be 6 from this particular cell. 6 is the minimum path sum to reach the end. And over here, the minimum path sum would be nothing but 1 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1, which is 8, right? Even if you go this way, it's still 8. So out of 8 and 6, since 6 is smaller, I pick this particular location and I eliminate the bottom direction. So in this way, at every point, I can make a very confirmed decision that I have to go right or down. I hope that makes sense. So let's quickly code this up. I think this was straightforward. Over here, min path sum, we have a grid. I'm calling return get min path sum, and I call 0 comma 0, and let's actually store the grid, and let's have this as a private function, a private data field over here, and int get min path sum, int I, int j. It is denoting the current location, and over here I can say n is grid dot size, m is grid 0 dot size, and these are the number of rows and columns that we have in the grid. Over here, what I can say is return the grid ij. So the current value always gets added plus minimum of the left option and the right option, right, or the down option. We have two ways. Um, so this is what I intend to use. And how big are the numbers in this thing? So it's up to 100. Okay, so constraints are not that big. So let's have some constant infinity as nothing but 1e8. I think that should be good enough for the given constraints. And over here, if we are going out of bounds, so if out of bounds, return infinity, so that it adds a penalty. And when we are taking the minimum, it gets eliminated. So if it's out of bounds, it's if you are going out of grid, just return infinity. Otherwise, if I is nothing but n minus 1 and j is n minus 1, return grid ij. Yep, I think that's pretty much about it. So we either go right or we go down, yeah. And what are the right and down option? Well, they are nothing but right option is, oops, is nothing but get min path sum. When you're going right, the j increases by 1. And then similarly, the down option will be I plus 1 comma j. So this is what I have in mind. I think this should work. We have not defined what is out of bounds. It's a bool. Out of bounds is nothing but I is greater than equal to m, or j is greater than equal to n. I think it's n cross m. So yeah, this should be n, this should be n. So let's run the code and see if this is making sense. Okay, so this is small case and I'm over here returning this. So I'm just using recursion right now. I have not added memorization. I just want to see if this is functioning correctly or not. We have some error over here. It's saying that applying non-zero offset 48 to null pointer. Okay, so we have some issue over here. Let me see the code once. So the grid is never empty. That's good. We have n and m stored over here. This is also fine. Get min path sum from this position. If out of bounds, return infinity. If we reach the lowest point, we return that. Else we return grid ij plus minimum of the right option and down option. It's making sense to me. So anyone is having any ideas on this particular thing? And okay, so Trace is winning after all, and we have 373 votes. Anyone, any ideas so far? Um, so this is an easy problem. There is some mistake. Can you guys figure that out? All right. Let me know in comments if you have any ideas. I will give it a look again. And what was the error that we had? So the error is saying to null pointer, and because LeetCode is having, I do not have line 1034 in STL vector. Okay, am I going out of bounds? That shouldn't be the case. I'm already handling that case here. Do they have a test? So is it working on any test case or not, first of all? How do I run it on? Yeah, run example test cases. Okay, so it's working over here. I don't know what was the issue last time. It was giving us an error. Um, so it's working, right? 712, 712. And if I click it, now it's working. This is weird. I did not change anything, and it's working now. All right, so looks like it's working. I did not change anything because I gave it a look and it looked fine. So now it's time to add the memoization, which is do not do this same stuff again and again. And we do have a bunch of overlapping problems, like same state is being visited multiple times. So how do I add memoization to it? Well, let's add a DP variable. And over here, before calling this out, you can say dp.resize. You can pass in n comma vector int m comma minus 1. And over here, before returning the answer, what you can do is int um, and answer is nothing but dpij. Take the reference, and then before returning, just store and also do a check. If answer is not equal to -1, you can return the answer and save the recomputation. So this is memoization. So I'm submitting this and it worked fine. So this was weird. We got an error in some SQL vector. I'm not sure why it was that, because we did not change anything and it's still working. But it was a straightforward problem. I hope it's clear to you guys now. Like the solution is clear, right? Um, I'm not sure. Maybe, yeah, maybe that could be it, right? Because these were the same names, so it might cause collision, right? Maybe, yeah. Yes, that's it. All right. Based on the poll, I think okay. So we have a bunch of people. 450 people are waiting. So I think this is like we should have these many likes on the stream also, guys. If you're still watching the stream, make sure you hit the like button. All right. So while you click on the like button, I will move forward with another problem on DP. Or do you want to do this? Let's actually also close this. So we have, so to count the number of ways from this to this, what we are using is a go function, which is returning from a given position how many unique ways are there to reach the end solution, right? And that's why we are calling go 0, comma 0. Basically, from the starting cell, it counts the all unique ways that we have to reach the end over here using the right and bottom moves. Now, to do this without this thing, you can actually use. So the thing to realize is when M is 3 and N is 7, you total perform 10 steps, out of which there will be three steps in which you will be two steps in which you will be moving down, because to cover three rows and reach this end position, you can break this down into two axes. To you have to make a vertical displacement of m minus 1, which is 2, and you have to make a horizontal displacement of n minus 1, which is 6. So total you make 8 steps, and you will definitely reach here. Out of those 8 steps, you want two steps to be down, and then the remaining six you want them to be in the right side, and now you can permute them in any order, right? So this is what I'm trying to say, like uh, let me explain it as a comment over here. So this is good for you to understand permutations and combinations. What I'm trying to say is um, when m is 3 and n is 7, you can see that there are three rows. So you have to make vertical displacement or vertical distance covered or vertical down moves should be m minus 1 equal to 2, and horizontal right moves should be n minus 1, which is 6. So total 8 moves, right? Out of which 2 should be down and 6 should be right. So now the number of unique ways is nothing but you have 8 spaces, and now you have to select what are the 2 positions in which you are trying to put the down, because the remaining 6 will always be filled by right. So from out you can select 2 places in 8 C2 ways, right? I think this is how, like, out of 8 spaces you decide the 2 spaces in which you want to put the down, and once you decide the positions of down moves, the positions of right moves are automatically fixed. So 8C2 is nothing but 8 star 7 by 2, which is nothing but 28, and which is the answer. So you really do not need DP over here. I hope this makes sense, and this was a good PNC lesson also that we have covered. I'm not writing the code for this, but hopefully this makes sense, right? Or if you want, I can write that in Python. I think it's quite straightforward to implement this in Python. Let me do that actually. Um, so this one, so we were using pure functions to do that. So let's actually, we do not need this over here, unique paths. Let's actually write the solution that we want. Let's add some comment over here. All right, we do not need this. What we want is return. Um, so you have down steps equal to, down steps are nothing but m minus 1. Right steps are n minus 1. Total steps are down steps plus right steps. And then you can return combination of total steps. Out of total steps, you can select the number of down steps. What is this comb function? Well, I am defining that. Comb is taking NCR, so n comma r, and then what is the formula? I think it's n factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r factorial, right? So return fact of n uh, divided by, I think, fact of r multiplied by fact of n minus r. And what is fact? Let me check that. So in Python 3, I think import math and then math dot factorial. Yeah. So 0 is 1. Yeah. So fact is nothing but from math import factorial as fact. So now I think this should work. All right. So this is what I was trying to say. Now we are not using this get unique paths. Let me actually comment this out. Right. So I'm not using this. My solution is only this much. This thing. And this will still work. If I try to submit this, it will be still fast enough that it gets fixed. All right. I hope this makes sense. Yeah, because it's easy to get the factorial in Python, right? We have 580 votes. Still, people are saying DP and then trees. So yeah, that's what we'll be trying to do today. I think then we can also move to strings, because I don't think we have done a lot of strings problem in our streams. So, okay, these two problems have been solved. Let me also, paste the problem link in the Discord as well. So minimum path sum is done. Let's pick some other good problem and move forward. So for any comments, longest palindromic substring. Okay, we can do that. Box stacking DP question. What is this? Cherry pickup. Longest common substring. Longest common. Okay, so same guy is saying longest common substring. Okay, we have a bunch of people saying longest common substring. All right, let's do that. Um, Longest common substring. Okay, LeetCode. Is it longest common subsequence? Um, so in ABCDE and ACE, the length is 3. The longest common subsequence is ACE and its length is 3. Over here, it's perfect match, so it is 3. Over here, ABCDEF, nothing matches, so it's 0. So it's longest common subsequence and it's not substring. This is an important thing you should be aware about, because in ABCDE and ACE, you can notice that A is here, C is here, and E is here. I will just zoom in on the screen. So A is here, C is here, E is here, and this is what we have over here. So longest common subsequence is ACE. Just to make it more clear, even if we had something like um, so even if we had text2 as A, Z, or even now the longest common whatever it is, longest common subsequence, it will still be of length 3 because it's still ACE. So it is the longest subsequence that exists as a subsequence in both strings. So this is what the question is. And the length of the strings can be different, I believe. So they have lowercase English characters, the length is up to 1000, and they can have different lengths. So how do you solve this? If they have nothing in, no character is in common, then the answer is 0. Otherwise, the answer will be at least 1 always, right? So the thing is, you do not need to remember or learn by heart all these questions. You can think of them in real time. That's what we will do today. Uh, to be honest, I haven't, since I used to do a lot of competitive programming, I never actually cared enough to do such common problems. So it might look like this is a very basic problem that everyone has solved, but it's not the case. I haven't solved a lot of basic problems just because I believe that competitive programming already prepares you to solve new problems. So this is what we will do today. So we have two strings and longest common subsequence. So what I'm thinking is we can have two strings. This is string 1, this is string 2. Now, if their first characters match, do we always count it? If their first characters, yeah, I think we can always count it. Yeah. So let me zoom in on the screen. So what I'm saying is, if these are A and A, if their first characters match, I will always take this in my answer. So what I'm proposing, or what I am as a theorem, what I'm saying is this will always be present in the longest common subsequence, because I'm starting at the first position and the characters are same. So I will definitely take this in the longest common subsequence. How can I prove that? Well, if you say that in the longest common subsequence, this thing does not exist, then it means that, and these are the first positions, then it means that you have paired this A with some A in the forward direction. Because if you have not paired this A with anything, you have not paired this A with anything, then I can always increase the what you have proposed as the longest common subsequence. I can always increase that by adding this bit. If I can't do that, then it means that you have paired this A with some A over here, or you have paired this A with some A over here. And my point is, if you're doing that, then why not, instead of pairing this A with this, I can always pair it with this one, and still my answer will be same. So this has been proved by contradiction, that if first characters match, I always include this, and I can solve the problem from the remaining thing, right? So I can delete this. Now these are the new two strings that I have, and I have to solve for this. So that's good. Now the thing is, what if these are not same? If this is A and this is B, right? If these are not same, what you can do is you can you can take. So one thing is you will feel that we have an a over here, right? The next character is a. So you it would be tempting to do that. Okay, let's ignore b and let's start matching from a and a, which is not that bad actually. However, if we have something like this, and we have something like this, yeah, actually, even if you talk about this, yeah, so it might look like that. Let's ignore this b and let's start matching this a from this one, right? Let's start basically just delete this, and now we can solve for this thing. But it can be the case that this is not the optimal answer, because it might happen that you have all the way over here you have b, and then you also have an a over here, and over here in this case all these are z, right? So if you had picked this a with this a, now you had nothing that you could pair over here, right? So this could be e and e. So if you had picked this a with this a, just because it's coming afterwards, this would have given you just one, because after this nothing matches over here. However, if you pick this b with this b, then this a will get matched with this, and you have an answer of 2. So when the strings are different at that point of time, it's not good enough that you just compare that this the next occurrence of A is here and this is shorter than the next occurrence of B. So let's actually go with this. You can't do that. You have to take both scenarios. So okay, so this you can do actually. It's so this is what I'm proposing. I'm having some function int get longest int I and j. So I have two pointers. Initially, both are 0 and pointing to the start of both strings. And over here, I am doing return get longest 0 comma 0. Um, n is text1 dot size, m is text2 dot size. And then over here, what I can say is if text1 I is same as text1 of j, then return 1 plus get longest I plus 1, j plus 1. So you move forward in both strings. Else, you have to return the max of two options. One option is get longest I plus 1, and you stay at the same index in the other string. Otherwise, you can stay at the same index in the first string and move forward in the other string. If the base case is if I is n or greater than equal to n, or j is greater than equal to m, return 0. Yeah, that should work. So let me see if this works. Run code. Okay, so I haven't stored these things. Let's do that. String text1, text2. Um, this. So as you have learned, we should do something like this. And over here, text2. I haven't removed the comments. Let's remove that as well. So this seems to work. We have not added memoization, that we will do, but I hope this is making sense. Adding memoization is quite straightforward. Over here, if answer is not -1, return answer. Else, before returning, we can simply store things out. All right, another problem done. Let's submit this and see if it's working. Damn it, I haven't really thought this through. What did we return? We returned 3. Okay, this is stupid. There should be text 2 there. And now it's working. My bad. I am comparing text 1I with text 1J. That was my mistake. Sorry about that. Guys, if you are finding the content useful and informational, make sure to hit the like button. I still believe there are a bunch of viewers who are online, but the number of likes is very less. So if you are finding this helpful and if you want me to regularly come live and do code, like do such problems with you every now and then, make sure that you also just hit the like button and share this with your friends. Um, Second problem. All right. Oh my God, 884 votes. So we have a bunch of people who are watching. I think now we can end the poll. And here are the results. So DP, then trees, then strings, then graphs. How I learned so much coding? I have videos explaining my uh, journey that I had taken in my university, where I did BTech from IIT Roorkee. You can watch that. 718 LeetCode. What is that? So we are given two arrays. We have to return the maximum length of subarray that appears in both arrays. In this case, the output is 3 because 3 to 1 is coming as a subarray in both. Okay. And the constraints are this. Over here, since both arrays are same, so we have solved longest common subsequence. I think longest common substring should be um, longest common substring. Yeah, it can be a bit tricky because even if the first character, so in subsequence, we safely say that if we have the same starting, if we have something A star and the second string is A star, um, we will always take this A. But in the case of uh, substring, it's not fair to say that we will always pick this because when you pick this, it's substring. So you keep continue picking from here, and it might happen that you have B, B, and then Z here and here X, and then over here you have A. So over here, if you had picked this A, you would have stuck with AB. Instead, the better answer is A. So the DP would change. What you can do is you can say 1 plus the DP thing will change a little bit. Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to do this or some other problem? Yeah, longest common substring. I'm using strings just to make this. Strings are much more user friendly than arrays, I believe. Has being in IIT helped you? I think the preparation to IIT has helped me quite a lot because in IIT I had been doing electrical engineering. Um, so it did like a lot of my time was not put into the things that I loved. Right, I think a bunch of people are saying yes. So let's actually do this. So the thing is over here, we can't always pick this thing. Okay. So just bear with me for a moment. I'm um, get max or get max length. Okay. Int I, int j. So what I'm thinking is also pass in a flag, which is bool. Um, so basically this bool will control. Um, so this bool, it controls whether we pick whether first controls, or actually let's include first element. So if I am at, okay, now that can also change, guys. Yeah, that makes sense. So include first means that in whatever state I am at, like I have two sub arrays, right? Um, no matter where I am in those sub arrays, I'm at the ith position in the first array and jth position in the second array. Include first controls whether I strictly have to include or match this imj. Initially, it will be false. So why am I doing this? Just bear with me. To handle this kind of scenario, I'm thinking of this thing. So over here, I can do get max length. And if there is an easier solution that exists over here, this is a proof that I haven't solved such questions a lot in my uh, span of over like 4 years of competitive programming. I haven't done much of these basic problems, but I believe I can do them, and that's what we are doing today. So I call it with 0, 0, false. Uh, why false? Because I'm saying that it's not mandatory for you to include the first elements. Okay, but if a and a is matching, then I can call the get max length for this and this, and I can pass in true because I have already included this. Now I want the max substring in this and this position from this and this part of the subarray. I want the max substring, but I also want it to include the first element. So I want it to include the first pairs and then give me that. So this is what I think should work. And over here, there are few cases that I have to consider. Um, so what can we do? If nums1 of I is nums2 of j, so if it's a match, then we have a few options, right? It's also possible that we do not take it as a match and we still move forward, right? So we have a bunch of options and we return whichever gives us the max. So what are the options that we have? Well, the first option is um, get max length I plus 1 j plus 1. You ignored it. It was a match, but you still did not include that, and you move forward. Else you take that and you can say get max length of I. So over here you are passing false, and over here I plus 1 j plus 1, but you are passing true. And over here you can say if include first is true and okay. So if include first is true, you can um, you have something that you have to do over here. If nums1 I is not equal to nums2 j, you return 0. Else, if they are same, you return 1 plus get max length, and you still continue to move forward in both strings with true. You still continue, including the first positions. So this is handled. If include first is not there, then we have the normal case in which we say that if they are same, I included. If I included, then this is true. If I do not include it, I move forward. And I think I can move forward in both of them. It doesn't make sense to move forward in one. Oh, it does make sense. Yeah. So there are few cases that I'm missing over here. Let's actually add that as well. This was good thing. So I plus 1 and with j, and you still have false. And this is I with j plus 1 and it is still false. Or you take them and then, yep, a bunch of things that you have to consider over here. What else? And if that's not the case, if both of them are different, well, at that point of time, you can return max of these two things. All right. So this is what my code is. I believe this should work. And what I am doing over here is, oops, I hope it saved it. Yeah. So I might be overcomplicating it right now, but I want a working solution. That's the priority that I have right now. And I do think this should work because if the numbers are different, I cannot match them. So I plus 1j false and ij plus 1 false. This is what it should be. And if include first was true and they are different, return 0. Otherwise, just match it and then, yeah, it makes sense. The base case is, well, if I is greater than equal to n or j is greater than equal to m, return, no matter what we have, return 0. Yeah. All right. So bunch of things that we have to do. Anything else? N is nums1 dot size. M is nums2 dot size. Anything else that we are missing? I think it should work. Let's see. Ah, damn it. We did not comment this and all right. What else? Okay, so this should not be there. So working for this, let me add memorization or let me submit and see if we are getting a time limit error. If we are getting TLE, then it means that the algorithm is correct. And the DP is still order n square. It might look like a, yeah. So the good thing is it's working. Now we just have to add the DP thing, which is EHC. So the DP would be a bit challenging, I believe. So something like this, and I can say that. So it's a 3D DP if you can look because of the include first thing. I will check if we can make it 2D. Give me a sec, but what I want to do is dp dot resize n comma vector and m comma -1, and it's a 3D DP. So let me actually put it this way. And then over here, what we can do is int and answer is nothing but dp of um, I, j, and include first, right? And if answer is not equal to -1, we have already computed it, so return answer. Otherwise, wherever we are returning, let's store it. So we are not doing the same work again and again. And if we now submit, I think it should work. That's good. Runtime errors, I always love that. It's saying stack buffer overflow. Ah, okay, so the stack space is limited and stack overflow happened. So we have to convert this into, so we can either increase the stack space, which I cannot do because I do not have the admin rights on whatever backend system LeetCode uses. So I can't increase the stack space. So the other option is for me to convert this thing that whatever we have done into iterative version, which I'm really not in mood of. So probably I will simplify this and try to optimize this, but yeah, this is a working solution. Just to be sure, it's still order n square. Uh, it might look that it's 3D TP, it's a bit difficult, but it's still order n square. But but I like the speed that we are solving questions with, and I'm not using. I'm using vector. Vector is very fast. I don't think we need to use unordered maps. Yep, There are so many spammers. Sorry about that. Let's put them on timeout. It's not hard. It's not that difficult, I believe. It's easy. Can we sort the arrays? You cannot sort the arrays. You want the max sub array. You cannot do the sorting. Sorting will change the order, right? All right. I'm really not in the mood to convert this into a iterative version. It will be a bunch of mess, but we don't have any. Should I do it? Should I do it or do you want to do it yourself? Should I code the iterative version? Please say no, guys. Thanks. Yeah, you guys can do that as a homework. Damn it. As soon as the count of no increases, I will just end the poll and then end the stream, right? It's good to be the teacher and have things in your control. It's really amazing. I can't tell you the feeling. Come on, guys, please vote for no. Come on, come on, come on. Please help me over here. You should do it yourself. It's a homework. As soon as the end count increases, like, come on, guys, please vote no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You should do it yourself as a homework. Come on, guys, hit the like button on the stream and also hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I come live. Damn it, man. I should have ended the poll in the first 9 votes. All right. If it does not pass even after the iterative version, I'll just end it because we need a bit change in the algorithm, and I'm not up for that right now. I am coding the iterative version. After that, you are on your own. So I'm changing the meaning of DPIJ first of all. I can't do this. Sorry. So I'll have to change the meaning. I plus then n I plus plus. Then what? Then what? Exactly. So the order should be this. I really hate the iterative version, but I have to do it. So I'll how do I pass in the values for every DPIJ? I can say that I'm taking the first. So now I'm changing the meaning. DPIJ is first I. I mean the first string up to I, and basically you can say max substring in um, the first string you're taking from 0 up to I, and second string you are considering 0 up to j. So your answer will be dp n minus 1. You're considering the full array, the full first string, the full second string, and over here 0. No inclusion in the include first thing. There is no mandation, like no compulsion. Now to do that, let me write the recurrences first. So how do I do that? dpij 0. 0 is saying that, hey man, or let's do for 1. So as we have seen, what is 1 saying? If include first, if these are not equal, yeah. Okay. So how do I calculate this? Well, if they are different, if I and j chars are different, right? Then dpij1 is 0. So this is done. Else, if they are same, we can say dpij1 is 1 plus dpij I minus 1, j minus 1, and over here 1, right? And include first becomes include last in this case, okay? We are changing the meaning of TP because now we are doing the iterative version. So 0 and 1, the meaning changes, like include first becomes include last. What else? Actually, let's use one-based indexing. That would be a bit easier for us. So this part is done. dpij1 is correctly filled. Now we have to fill in this case. This is the case, right? Yeah, this case. So what can I say? I can say, so this is common in both, right? This part is common. This scenario is always possible. So let me use something like int common, which is nothing but dp. This becomes I minus 1. And the other thing is dp I j minus 1. All right, so this is common, and this is always there, and I pick the one which is max. And now, if I and j are same chars, what can I do? I can say that dpij uh, uh, what can I say? Okay, so I want to fill in this thing, right? If they are same, I can say that dpij0 is nothing but 1 max of what? We have one option is 1 plus 1 plus dpi minus 1 j minus 1 and um, true. One is this option, and what is the other option that we have? This is one. What is the other option that we have? One is common, and the other thing is we had over here, right? Okay, dp I minus 1, j minus 1, and 0. So max of these three things, which I can do using initializer list, right? Else, if they are different, I can say dpij0 is common, right? This is common max actually. It was needed in both cases, so I extracted it out. Yeah, I think this should work. So let's move this thing here. And now it should work. If I and j are different, what that means? Bool are same is nothing but we have nums1 I is same as nums2 j, and we are using one base indexing, so this becomes this, and this becomes I minus 1. So are same. Now it is saying they are different. So if not are same, and if they are same, so this is are same. So for both cases we are filling the dpij values. Interesting. And over here, I think they should be 0 now, not -1. and it should work, I believe. And this should be n plus 1. This should be n plus 1. And if I run code, um, no matching call for call to max. What is the issue? Okay, so this is uh, 0, right? Stack buffer, overflow buffer. Okay, so we have an error. I don't think we have overflows because I minus 1, it can never be negative. We are using 1 and 1. Um, I don't know. Probably I'll do this thing a bit later, guys. I'm not sure what is the issue, but yeah, probably I can pick this up in the next stream. Uh, if you have any ideas right now, like if you can see something, let me know right now. Yeah, I think we do not need these many cases over here. Probably, I'm not sure, but uh, yeah, I'm not sure why are we getting an error right now. And this, like whatever error it is, buggy address. The initialization looks fine to me, to be honest. Um, damn it. This, okay, this is fine, right? Okay, okay. So this 1 and 0 should be coming over here, guys. This was the mistake. The 1 and 0 should be coming over here. Let me actually fix this in a better way. I know a better way to refactor this code. Let me copy this, go to react.new or whatever. I just need a VS Code editor to fix this. All right. So I think I have to fix this part, right? Find length. Over here, I have the issue. So over here, what I can do is I can select all occurrences of 0, right? And not over here actually. I want to fix the for loop, right? Yeah, it should be something like this. So let me select something like this. Yeah, so over here, what I can say is this 0 should come in the start. And similarly for 1, I can fix this. It should come in the starting. And I think that's pretty much about it. I pasted it wrong. Because of negative one. Okay. Anyways, I'll fix this myself. Yep, this looks good. Uh, Over here also we made few mistakes. Now it's looking better. Okay, so we change this function. And now I don't think we have an issue. DP1 is fine. DP0 is fine. DP0, yeah, looks cool. Let's see if this works. Accepted, submit, and we are done. All right, thanks for making me write the iterative version. The code gets smaller, but not a big fan. Really takes a lot of time. But yeah, we have done it. So this is how I actually solve dynamic programming problems. I hope you had fun, and I'll end the stream today over here. I hope you had lots of fun. Again, like if you like the stream, make sure that you subscribe, hit the bell icon, and hit like on this. Like I still believe there are a lot of people who haven't liked the stream, so do that. And again, at the end, I would like to thanks our sponsor, educative.io, for sponsoring this. You can go to educative.io/Rachit to enjoy 10% additional discount on the 40% discount they already have for Indians. So with that, I'll end the stream for today, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. And join the Discord because I am about to paste this in the Discord. So you always have an idea of what are the problems that we are solving. You can refer to Discord. All right.